Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another upcoming comic book movie, sort of giving my thoughts on whether or not I think it's going to be any good. This one we're going to be talking about the 2016 Channing Tatum starring as Gambit from Fox and, of course, Marvel. Alright, so this is set for October 2016. And a few people asked me to give my thoughts on it. So, okay, this is a tough one. We don't really know, like it's hard to kind of predict what this one's going to turn out like because there aren't many Gambit comic books out there. He's had some solo run comic books, but they've never really lasted long. They've never really worked out very well. I have actually a couple issues of Gambit titled comics from Marvel, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know how much he has in the way of like comic book solo story that they can actually use for a movie. I almost think that they're going to have to completely write a new one without it being based on a comic book prior. Like with Wolverine, for example, you know, they have a lot of different storylines they can pull from because he's had a lot of, comic books released just under the Wolverine banner over the years, but Gambit hasn't. Gambit hasn't had hardly any, so it's really kind of tricky to predict and say, whether or not this one's going to be any good, because we really don't know what it's going to entail. Now, if Fox can do a good job of this one, if they can have some tie-ins with the other X-Men, then I think this could be a really, really good movie. But if not, if it's like a 100% Gambit solo thing and you don't have Hugh Jackman making an appearance as Wolverine, you don't have any of the other X-Men involved in any way, then I don't know how... I don't know. I personally think it's probably not going to be that good if you're not able to kind of cross it over with the rest of the X-Men in that cinematic universe, which after Days of Future Past has been basically fixed in a way, versus where it was at from Last Stand, where you had killed, basically everybody. They've kind of fixed it now with Days of Future Past. So because, of course, there's going to be the X-Men Apocalypse hitting, you're going to have all the other Marvel movies hitting. This is a strange one. So personally, I don't think it's going to be very good. All in all, I'll still go see it because I do like Gambit a lot. He is one of my favorite X-Men, I guess I can say. He's one of the better X-Men. He's a fun X-Men character to see. His powers with being able to charge things with kinetic energy and throw them like cards or whatever is fun, so they can use that to some degree. But we have seen a Gambit in Wolverine X-Men Origins, right, before. So he was pretty good in that, I want to say. Decent, right? So we'll have to see how this one kind of ends up, how it turns out. But Channing Tatum, in terms of my thoughts on him playing Gambit, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait till we see a trailer to see what his Gambit is like. Does he look close enough to Gambit? I don't get a Gambit vibe from looking at him, to tell you the truth. It's not like, some of the other Marvel characters we have that play certain characters, like, for example, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, where it's like, oh, he's perfect for Professor X. I don't get that from Channing Tatum, but at the same time, he is a pretty big-name actor that they can use for this kind of a movie, and and he'll draw in his own kind of audience because he has his own following from all the other movies he's been in previously and people that know of him. And then at the same time, you've got, the X-Men comic book character that will have his own, Gambit, of course, will have his own audience as well, too, of people that will like to see it. So I'm going to wait until I kind of, see the official trailer before I say whether or not I'm excited for it. But in terms of whether or not I think it's going to be any good, I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt it'll be that great. But who knows? I mean, it could be, I guess it depends who they get involved in it, what villains they choose, if any, and just kind of how the story goes and whether or not it can cross over with the other X-Men movies, which would be cool if they could kind of, if Fox, because they got the license for X-Men, can kind of take from Marvel with what they've been doing with the Avengers and all the different crossovers and everything, cameos and all that. If they can do something like that and have him maybe be in a future X-Men movie after Apocalypse, if they're going to do another one, then it could be pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think of Channing Tatum as Gambit, whether or not you think a Gambit solo movie is a good idea, and whether or not you think it's going to work. I am kind of on the fence. I think it could be good, but I tend to kind of veer towards it's probably not going to be that great. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, please Thumb it up below if you want to help support the channel. Please share it. Please favorite it. And that's it for this one, guys. See you for the next one. Those is Trev. Same peace.